The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and they get.
He missed the complete. That is crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard.
Hello folks, welcome to round number 7 of the American Sim Racing Series, the Camping World Truck Series. We are coming to you tonight from Richmond, Virginia. I'm Richard Losper, and with me in the booth is Sean Ambrose. Directing all the action is Kevin Brown, and the camera sets we use are provided by Doug Beard. Now Sean, first time for you on this series. You are very familiar with truck racing, we do know. Tell us a little bit about this track, my friend.
Well, this track in Richmond, Virginia, and just a beautiful setting here in the middle of the Virginia mountains, and it's only 3/4 of a mile, but it is what some say maybe the longest short track or the shortest super speedway. I've always fallen on the side of the shortest super speedway. This track is wicked fast, and the 14-degree banking lends to some really dicey racing around this thing. This race is going to be 100 laps. They're running the iRacing fixed setup and 50% fuel. So we're going to see some fuel stops here along the way, but I feel like maybe we might see a caution or two today. Tell us a little bit about the championship, Richard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. We are going to see a couple of cautions here. Going from the practice, everyone was commenting that the track, or the truck in this case, is really loose around here. So we're going to see some cautions, I believe, as well. Well, let's talk about the championship real quick. After 6 rounds, we have Jordan Harnish in the lead on 240 points. He has raced in all 6 races so far, and he is here tonight to defend his position. Gary Whitson is 2nd in the championship. Bryce Whitson Jr. is 3rd in the championship. Alex Bates 4th. Nick Cohen 5th place. Jason Kristen, who we don't call too much in the races, but obviously he is doing well. He is in 6th place. Tim Johnston, who had a terrific race last time out at Milwaukee, is in 7th place. Mark Myers in 8th. Jim Foos. Now Jim Foos is the owner and the main person in this league. Hello Jim, we are very sorry if we haven't given you all the kudos that you deserve, but we want to tell you you're putting on a great league here, and we are very happy that you are doing this. We are privileged to commentate on your races. So Jim, great series that you have running right here. 10th place, and Alan Young is in 10th place in this championship. So a pretty tight championship right at the top with Jordan Harnish and Gary Whitson. And then a little drop back to Bryce Whitson, 45 points back. So very tight at the top, but some of the lesser positions, Sean, are up for grabs by any of the top 10.
Yeah, and this is a long season for this league with 15 rounds and then the 8 chase rounds. So, guys, we're almost to the halfway point here before the chase, and there's a lot of ground to be made up, and you know as well as I do, there's a lot of luck. Luck comes into play in these races so much, and anything can happen at this point. So these guys that are 45 and 59 points, they're within reach.
Yeah, Jordan Harnish, for instance, he is the championship leader, but he has not actually won a race yet. Obviously, his finishes have been good enough for him to take the lead. And talking about the winners of the race, Sean, we have had a couple of guys. Derek Cash, who is once again in the practice the fastest on this track. He's won twice, and yet he is only in 17th place. But then again, he's only raced 3 times in the series. And Ty Hester, who's also won twice, and he's contested 4 of the races, he's out in 14th place. So these guys, really fast guys, haven't got into the top 10 yet. So there's still time for them as well to get into the top 10, and who knows, even move up to the top of the leaderboard. Jonathan Cadell, who I'm not seeing here tonight, I'll have to have another look to see if he's in the list, but he's won one race as well, and he's way back in 28th place. Gary Whitson, who is second in the championship, has won 1 race, and he's contested all 6. So it seems like to participate is the key here. Getting into all the races and trying to get the best position is what you want.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. And, you know, you were talking about Gary Whitson. I mean, he's got 4 top 5s this season. So finishing up in that top 5, that gets you some points there, too. And also is a great mark of consistency. And when we've had 6 races and he's managed to, you know, be in that top 5 4 times, I think it tells you about what kind of runner he is. Yeah,
there's no question about that. Well, Sean, looks to me like the qualifying session is just about done. The folks are off the track right now, and they will be getting ready to fall in behind the pace car very, very soon. So I think we can go ahead and call the qualifying leaderboard, and we should be pretty safe. I don't think anything will change there. So how about you go ahead and call the top 10 for us?
Okay, well, as I just saw in chat, Tim Johnston in the number 38 is celebrating his first pole ever. In second place, Aaron Easler in the number 33. In third, number 13, Gary B. Whitson. In fourth, in the number 51, Jordan M. Harnish. In fifth, the number 22, Derek Cash. Sixth, number 15, Alan Young. Seventh, the double aught of L. Bryce Whitson Jr. In eighth, number 21, Nick Cohan. In ninth, the number 68 of Ty Hester. In 10th, the number 90 of Skip Witt. On to you, Richard.
Well, in 11th place, we have Sean Music. In 12th place, Kent Hinshaw. 13th place, Alec Geese. In 14th place, Dan Winter. In 15th place, Jim Foos. In 16th place, Michael Koenig, who we know from other series. Hasn't done too well here yet. We're looking for some good stuff from him at some point. In 17th place, Cody Gibson. In 18th place, Alex Bates. In 19th place, Steve Buhala. And bringing up 20th place, Sean, David W. Gibson.
Yes, and in 21st, number 4, Eric Vandenberg. In 22nd, the number 77 of Josh Perry. In 23rd, the number 9 of David J. Biro III. In 24th, the 02 of Jason Kristen. In 25th, the number 85 of Aaron Kleinhans. In 26th, the number 118 of Carson Ayub. In 27th, the number 34 of David Schneer. And that rounds out the field here at Richmond International Speedway this evening.
And we see the pace car just taking off with the trucks falling in behind Tim Johnston, Aaron Isla on the first row. Gary Whitson and Jordan Harnish, our points leader at this time, in the second row. Derek Cash, strangely fastest in practice, is 5th in the qualifying, so he will be on the third row along with Alan Young. Now the pace car lights are out, which means we will get a start momentarily. A very, very short track here. It's going to be very exciting, this start. Let us see what the guys on the outside line can do to get right in down low and try and push for position. Sean, you watch the back of this pack, because if there is going to be an accident, it's going to come from the back. That has been the case in the races thus far, and I don't see it being any different tonight.
I'm watching here, Richard. Trust me, I've got an eye on them already.
Well, the pace car is coming around turn number 4 as we speak. no doubt we will see the pace car move off the track momentarily, and we will have a start to this race. What will Tim Johnston do? He's been very, very good on the restarts in the last race. Aaron Isla, not so good. Let's see what happens. I do like the position that the third place. Oh, looks like we get there. The pace car has just ducked off. Tim Johnston is in control of this field. He's about to take off. He does so, crosses the start finish. Aaron Isla immediately falls in behind him. We have on the outside Jordan Harnish now trying to get in, and does so. He's in third position, a pretty safe third position at this point in time. Right behind them, Gary Whitson in fourth place. And then we have Derek Cash in fifth place, who has an enormous bobble. Derek Cash spins the car, the number 22 spins. He is the first casualty of this race. He did not touch anybody, I don't believe. He's got his car turned around. He's about to restart, but I do believe a caution will come out, Sean.
Yeah, I've got several cars here in the middle of the track, and yes, the caution flag is out, Richard. Derek Cash is back under power, though.
Well, we are getting a replay. Derek Cash in the number 22 car in fifth place. He gets very loose. Miracle, he does not touch anyone else. He goes off onto the grass. His car facing the wrong way, or his truck facing the wrong way, but he does get it back together. And we will have a restart after a few caution laps, Sean.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like anybody suffered any real harsh damage there. Just a little scrape and a couple of spinners, but I don't think anybody is critical at this point. So should get back to green flag racing. Honestly, a great start at the back of the field. You know, the guys were patient, and everybody seemed to be giving a little bit. A couple of cars started making their way up towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, well, Derek Cash is now fallen all the way down to 22nd place. In fact, a couple of guys coming into the pits to probably have a look at their car to make sure everything's okay. Quite a few guys coming into the pits. Some of them taking tires even. I see one guy at least taking tires. So interesting development there, Sean, this early in the race.
Yeah, you know, and I'm sure most of these trucks were just starting to get some heat in those tires. So, you know, I don't think it's might as well if you're in and you've got enough time, especially if you're already middle of the field or back towards the back. I don't think sacrificing the position right now, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not so sure that there's any difference at all, so you might as well take your new tires and get back out there. Currently, Tim Johnston is still leading the race after one lap. The 1 or 2 laps is about all they completed before the caution came out. We did note, Sean, that the guys were saying that the truck is wicked loose here tonight. They are, remember, they are on a fixed setup. They've got 50% fuel in the tank, so the car is pretty light, and or the truck is pretty light. And they have yet to warm up the tires sufficiently to go racing. And what we saw earlier on before the caution came out was just a driver pushing the truck too hard, trying to make position.
Exactly. And, you know, on a track like this where we talk about the truck being loose, I like to use the theory of the, you know, the egg, the eggshell under that accelerator. And every time I'm getting on that fuel, getting on that gas pedal, I'm thinking to myself, all right, don't break the egg, don't break the egg. You got to be easy off these turns. If you're not, especially before you get any heat in the tires, you're going to really have trouble.
Yeah, this is a very short track, only 3/4 of a mile, one of the shorter tracks around. It is pretty wide, though, so there's plenty of space for the drivers to give each other room. That's why they kind of call it the short super speedway. But it is not a track that is very forgiving if you are going to make a mistake, and it is quite easy to make a mistake. As we see the pace car still going around, these guys falling in behind. Tim Johnston, Aaron Isla still on the first row. There has been a change on the second row, though, with Jordan Harnish moving into third place, which means he has the inside line from Gary Whitson on the outside in the second row. and then we get to the others, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Jordan Heinisch, our championship leader, in a very, very handy position there, Sean.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, as long as he can stay up front, then he's got a good chance of continuing on here towards the end of the race. But I did notice that a couple of guys have already disconnected from the race. One of them was our sixth place truck of Alan Young, number 15, is disconnected from the race, and so is Eric Vandenberg, number 4.
Well, the green flag has just flown, and they are off. The lights are out, and we have Tim Johnson leading once again. Dropping back to 4th place, we've got Gary Whitson sitting on the outside. The 21 truck of Nick Cohen just passed him and took up 4th position, and Gary Whitson now falls into line on the preferred line. In fact, around this track in 5th place with Nick Cohen in Al Bryce Whitson just behind him. That is his cousin, we believe.
The number 9 is spinning. The number 9 is spinning.
Go ahead, Sean. Just tell us that again.
Yeah, the number 9 of Dave Biro spun around, got hit in the rear end, and is into the wall. I think we're getting ready for another yellow flag here.
Yes, indeed. We do have another caution. We've got that on replay. The number 9 spinning, and we do have another caution, Sean.
Yeah, the 9 was coming off the turn and crossed the stripe, and looks like the 22 just had a run on him and got him right there in the rear deck and spun him into the wall, hit hard and over several times.
Well, that is not a very auspicious start to this race, but we kind of thought that might happen, as we do see a truck going into the pits there once again. Is that Jordan Heinisch jumping into the pits? Must have a look at that. Yes, indeed, it is Jordan Heinisch. He is on pit lane at the moment, Sean. So he's taking an opportunity to grab some new tires. That, of course, will drop him back, which I am very, very worried about. You don't want to be in the mid-pack here.
No, that's that could get you in trouble, especially if you're, you know, this is a long race. It's 100 laps, and you know, you really got to save your truck, and slugging it out there in the middle of the field is not going to bode well if you're trying to save your equipment.
Yeah, I see a truck parked on the side. That is Ty Hester, parked on the side of the track down on the apron. I did not see what happened to Ty Hester, but he is not moving at the moment, Sean. Now he gets going again.
Have no idea. I'm trying to see what happened now.
All right, well, we'll go up to the front once again, where Tim Johnston is still leading this race. 12 laps in already. You wouldn't say that 12 laps have passed already. So this race actually, Sean, is going to be a lot shorter than almost any of the other races, because we are on the shortest track, and they do only run 100 laps regardless of the size of the track. It's not based on time. It's based on a number of laps. They do have a time limit, and we saw in the last race that they nearly reached that time limit. They got their 100 laps in with only a couple of minutes to spare. But here there should not be any problem at all of getting the 100 laps in before the time limit of 1 hour and 15 minutes. We are still with Tim Johnston. He is the leader of this race at the moment. Behind him, Aaron Isler, who has maintained that second position. A good job from Aaron. Nick Cohen has moved up to 3rd place, and that is very good for him, no doubt. And Gary Whitson still hanging on to the 4th place, and in a very handy position if he can maintain that throughout the race. Cousin Al Bryce Whitson in 5th place, and then 6th place on the 3rd row, Alex Geese. And the 4th row is Jim Foos, the owner of the series. And behind him, or well next to him when they do restart, is Kent Hinshaw, who we have not called in any of the races thus far. So we'll be getting to a restart very shortly, Sean. The lights are out on the pace car. Will we have some green flag laps finally?
Well, the war of attrition is on. I mean, we've already lost 5 cars, or 5 trucks in this race, and it's only 14 laps old. So I'm afraid, we may see some more cautions. But the field is starting to thin out, and generally when that happens, the cream rises to the top.
Yes. So the guys that we've lost so far, as the pace car comes around, ducks off. I was going to talk about the guys that we lost, but we won't. Tim Johnston has control of the field, crosses the stripe right now, immediately gets a jump on the rest of them. Second place, Nick Cohan immediately jumps into second place. Aaron Isler lost that place and falls into line in third place with Gary Whitson and Bryce Whitson in fourth and fifth. So a good restart at the front.
Yeah, and everybody's staying in line here at the back. No troubles yet. Pretty clean. Everybody's spreading out, giving a little bit of room.
Well, everyone's in line, and we do have a massive bobble from Tim Johnston. Loses multiple positions, falls back into fourth place. They are not wrong, Sean, when they say this. The truck is very, very loose around here. Just the slightest bobble, he's lost 4 positions. Still battling now for the third position and making up some time once again. Very fast, but very loose around here.
Yeah, it is loose, and you carry a lot of speed in these turns. It's one constant turn, but as you get through that try over there, you carry a lot of speed in that first turn, and it's really easy to get loose.
Well, we have a new leader of the race. That is Aaron Isler leading this race right now, with Nick Cohan just behind him, and Tim Johnston into third place with the 2 Whitson cousins in fourth and fifth. Jim Foos has moved up to sixth place, so a great race from him thus far, with Alex Geese in seventh place. So everything seems to be a little more tidy on this restart, as guys are realizing that 2 or 3 cautions, they better settle down and try to get some rhythm going, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. And I see a truck that just got loose in the back. I don't think it's brought out a caution yet, but we did have a spinner here.
And we do have a caution flag come out for that truck that hit the wall, and we will get a replay. That is the number 90 truck of, who is the 90? That's Skip Witt, and Skip Witt hit the wall pretty hard there. He's got his car spun around. He's back in the race. Perhaps not too much damage, Sean, but yet another caution.
Yeah, and here's what we talked about, another caution, and it's slowed things down. But again, the field, we still have so many laps to go. There's a really great opportunity for these guys that are hanging on to the front, Ty Hester, Jordan Harnish, to really make some progress here on these green flag restarts.
Yeah, the lead has changed a number of times already, which goes to show how tough this track is on these trucks. Aaron Isler is now in command of the race, with Nick Cohen behind him. Tim Johnston still in a handy position in third place, as we see the Lucky Dog coming into action there with a truck passing the pace car and getting around to get a lap back there, Sean.
Yeah, I'm watching Skip Witt here in the pits, and his truck is, quite frankly, is just a mess. He's got a lot of damage to the rear end. He's got damage to the front end. That's going to be a really, really tough truck to handle unless he decides to go back in and take a little more repair on that thing.
Yeah, I'm having a look at it as well now. The 90 truck certainly looks pretty second-hand. He's not going to get much at a garage sale for that truck if he tries to sell it right now. But he's out there and circulating. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And I did see a truck once again going very slowly. That's David Gibson in the number 3 truck, going very, very slowly around the course. So I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. The 42 truck just in front of him They all seem to be passing him, so I think, possibly is dropping to the rear of the field there, Sean.
Could be. I saw him talking here. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to hear what he said, but I don't know exactly what's going on. But maybe he is just taking a drop to the back. Still have cars coming into the pits, coming in for fuel and tires. A couple guys going in right now. But we should be back under green flag racing here in just a couple of laps.
Yeah, and I am watching the chat here, and Aaron Isler, who's leading at the moment, is saying in the chat that they know this is my favorite track, so they've blacked him out, and he reckons it's a conspiracy happening against him. But he's still in the lead of this race, so he shouldn't be complaining that much. He's got every opportunity to win this thing.
Yeah, he does, and this is a great track to get a jump. When we talk about jumping the start, this is a classic jump the start type of track. And if Aaron's smart, he'll be quick to the throttle when it's time to go.
Yeah, I'm going to watch him particularly on this restart and see how he handles it. The lights are out on the pace car now, Sean, so we will get a restart the next time by. And Aaron Isler, I want to see how he jumps away. He got a pretty useful restart last time round. Nick Cohen is coming up now to join him. They would have got the 1 to go message. They're already coming around to turn number 3, I should say. 4, sorry. And we will get a restart momentarily. So Tim Johnston, a little bit of damage on his truck there, but not too badly. The pace car goes off. And away goes Aaron Isler. Got a great jump there. Nick Cohen was quite aware of what was happening and tried to go with him, but stuck on the outside. He's going to lose that position to Tim Johnston. Tim Johnston now in 2nd place. Nick Cohen in 3rd place. And then, of course, we have the Whitsons in 4th. But this time, Bryce Whitson ahead of Gary Whitson in 4th and 5th place. Jim Foos then still holding down that 6th place in that Oreo chocolate blue truck there. So the number 19 looking pretty at this point in time. Sean, what have you seen?
What have I seen? Well, I saw Skip Witt go back into the pits, get some more damage repaired, and I'm watching Skip Witt now in 17th, just taking 16th place and moving up the field real quickly here with a truck that has just a little bit of damage left, but seems to be very manageable as he charges towards the front.
And we have a truck getting loose there just in front of Skip Witt. That's Aaron Kleinhans. Aaron Kleinhans did not get any problem in keeping the car on the track. He's lost multiple positions though and fallen down now to about 17th place. I want to get back up to the front and check in with Aaron Isler, who at this point in time is leading this race quite strongly. Tim Johnston tracking him and just staying with him there, and of course Nick Cohen in 3rd place. So again, we have got some green flag laps. We are on lap 30 already, Sean, so this race is going to be over in a flash. You've got to fight for your position early, I believe, because the race will be over quite soon. Even though there are 70 laps to go, these guys are turning laps around here in about 21 seconds.
Yeah, 21 seconds and pretty tight throughout the field. So you're right. This we can stay under green flag. This is going to be a very, very quick race. Really nice battles going on here back towards the mid-pack, towards the back of the field. Skip Witt still coming. The number 90 of Skip Witt is in 13th place. Coming back across the stripe and is now still in 13th place, but he's making up incredible ground, and Cody Gibson is in his sights.
Yeah, that's a very good run from Skip Witt there, given that his truck was not even of saleable value just a couple of laps ago. And we have an accident once again. Cars going around. I can't get the number of that particular truck there. We got it on replay though.
Yeah, it was Puhala and Koenig getting into it there. Yeah, the number 42 and the number 35. Ouch.
Yeah, he got loose, and then he got hit right in the quarter panels by the truck behind him. That is going to really put his truck out of shape.
Yeah, it looks like a little more bad luck for Michael Koenig, and yeah, that front end is not feeling well after that.
Well, guys, we haven't run 10 laps yet without a caution, so the folks were saying that the trucks will lose on this track, but we are seeing them getting really loose, even whilst they are running around at the moment. But let us go back now to the front. We are still running under green. I thought we had a caution there, Sean. I'm totally wrong.
No, we apparently we did not, and we overlooked that. Sorry, folks. Michael Koenig has given it up, and he has dropped out of the race. So that was heavy damage. He said it was too much damage and asked everyone to have a good night. Sorry to hear that, Michael.
Yeah, well, that's been, unfortunately, the story of Michael Koenig's races in all of the races. I think he's contested every single one. Has not had an inch of luck at all. Well, folks, I want to put the cameras now, Director, on Jim Foos, who at one point was sitting in 6th place. He's dropped back a couple of positions. The number 2 truck is now in 8th position, but circulating quite nicely. Just in front of him, we've got Alex Geese and then Ty Hester. And we have some more problems. We are having a replay. Apparently, Sean Hinshaw had problems there. His truck just spinning out of control. Seems like no one touched him. He's managed to get it stopped, get him down onto the apron. Great replay there, Director. And he's got going again. Fantastic stuff from Ken Hinshaw there to manage to bring that truck under control. But we do have a caution for that, which is quite strange after the incident before with no caution, Sean.
Yeah, that Koenig incident there. Well, I don't get why we didn't have a flag there, and we get a flag, and the truck managed to get back under power. But hey, listen, it's okay. We got a caution flag. Got a lot of guys coming in. A lot of our leaders are coming in now. Let's get those fresh Goodyear Eagles on the truck. Let's get that Sunoco fuel in the tank, and let's get ready to go. Finish this race out.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, everyone's coming in right now, and no doubt they'll all take 4 tires. And I think, Sean, they may have enough fuel to go to the end of the race. Whether they've got enough tires is a totally different story, though.
True. Now, generally, tire wear here can be pretty bad because we're running incredible speed into these turns, and that 14-degree banking is, well, I mean, it's 14 degrees, but certainly not the high banks of Daytona or Talladega where tire wear is a lot less of a factor. You're going to chew up some tires here, and with still 60 laps to go, boy, you'd have to really take care of that equipment to make it 60 laps on tires.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if nothing else, we will see a stop again for tires. There will no doubt be more cautions here, unfortunately. So, you know, the guys will have lots of opportunities to come in and change tires. But I believe they should have enough fuel to go to the end of the race now. So it's going to be a quick tire stop and probably no fuel taken on board. And we shall get them back out there. But we do have a complete change up the front now. Remember, Sean, we were talking about Skip Witt making his way through now. Obviously, he did not stop at this particular caution, and he's now in 2nd place. And Sean Music is in, well, actually, that's not true. We've just had a reshuffle there. Skip Witt is, in fact, leading this race as we speak.
Yeah, Sean Mizik decided to go ahead and pit, giving up that position to Skip Witt, and lo and behold, here we are. That truck that wasn't fit for resale is in 1st place. Congratulations, Skip Witt. You're driving the wheels off that thing right now.
Well, you know, it just goes to show how things can turn around. One thing we want to mention here, Derek Cash. Derek Cash has had a couple of races with incredibly bad luck. It looks as if he's out of this race, and went out pretty early on, you know, after 10 laps or so. Derek Cash, my heart goes out to you, mate. You are very fast. You have led and won a number of these races, and to see you not being able to contest this one is pretty sad. However, them's the brakes, as they say. The lights are out on the pace car, and we will see a start as they come around now. Skip Witt in control of this race as they come along the back straight. The pace car will duck in, and this will be a totally different story from the other restarts. Second place is Bryce Whitson, so he's in a handy position. Tim Johnston, Sean, has hung in there. He's still in third position with Nick Cohen as well. That's the outside row as the pace car ducks off. Skip Whitson's in charge of the race. He does not go early. He waits and waits and then suddenly shoots off and gives plenty of opportunity for Bryce Whitson to fall in behind him. But Tim Johnston decides he wants a part of that, but thought the better of it there, Sean, and did decide not to try and go for the position on that first lap of the restart. Nick Cohen slots in behind in fourth place. So we have a restart once again. The guys are off and running. What are you seeing?
Well, I saw a truck at the very back of the field kind of slide off the number 20. I'm sorry, I didn't see what number that was. But anyway, they slid off the track. They were able to keep it under control and back to racing. Everybody else, though, here at the back is spread out, giving room. Oh, yes.
We have another caution, folks. The 13 and 68 we are hearing, and we'll get that on replay. Another incident, the 13 truck coming around. Actually, the truck behind the 13 got into him and kind of spun him around, and that's what brought the caution out. And that is the 58 truck, is it? Dear oh dear, that's the 68 truck, Ty Hester. And we've got Dan Winter also involved in that incident. So yet another caution, Sean. It's turning into an ugly race, I must say.
Yeah, it is, and I'm sitting here watching the replay of that. Well, I think the drivers are going to agree to disagree on that one. Maybe Gary came down, maybe Ty went up, but it didn't end well. Either way you want to look at it.
No, it certainly did not. And out near the front of the race, the guys must be pretty frustrated, I would imagine, because they can't get to racing each other for more than a few laps before a caution comes out. And we are already on lap number 47 of this race. So the race is coming up to the halfway mark. And Sean, I must say we have hardly had any racing at all.
Not really. And I'd hoped that when we had that little bit of attrition there at the beginning that, you know, like I'd said earlier, the cream would start to rise to the top. It has. The top 5, 6, 7 have seemed to stay out of trouble, but here mid-pack and at the back of the field, it's been just a mess. Poor Alex Geese, number 19 on that last incident. He took damage in the rear and the front, and his truck's, it's crab walking right now. It's hurting bad. He's spinning on the caution lap, and I think he needs to put her back in the pit box and get that damage repaired because he's hurting.
Well, yes, that was a pace lap, so that'll the pace car will probably go around another time. And behind him, coming up on him at that point was Aaron Isler, and he nearly got in to the truck there, the 19 truck of Alex Geese. So Aaron Isler, his fortunes have turned around for the worse a little bit. Not that long ago, he was in the lead of this race, and now he's sitting back in 17th place. And mind you, Sean, there are only 19 trucks left on the lead lap.
Yeah, there are. There's only 19 left, and but that now that the 20th place truck, the number 118 of Carson Ayoub, you know, he was 3 laps down at one point, and now he's only a lap down. So Carson's in line to get his lap back and get back on the lead lap with the rest of these guys from being 3 laps down. Nice run. He's obviously winning the war of attrition right now, as they say.
Yeah, he is. I've just got the cameras on him. He's going pretty slowly around there, letting the other trucks pass. Obviously, he got shuffled to the rear of the field. but he's still in it. There's no doubt about it. Going further back, Steve Bohala, 10 laps down, he's still in it. Michael Kuning's out, and I think the rest of them are certainly out, but we really have 21 trucks still in this race, Sean.
Yeah, 21 trucks still in the race, and the lights out on the pace car. We're getting ready to go here, Richard.
Yes, I am driving right now with Tim Johnston, who once again finds himself in the lead of this race. Bryce Whitson behind him. Jordan Harnish, the championship leader, still in there in third place. This is what Jordan has been able to do race after race. Hang in there with the leaders, stay up near the top, and collect all those valuable championship points. Now, they are coming around. The pace car ducks off. We have Tim Johnson holding them back for a fraction of a second. Then he goes, and Jordan goes with him. They leave Bryce Whitson on the outside, a little bit hung out to dry there. Looks like, no, Bryce Whitson does an incredible job of keeping his truck in it on the high side, but he has to give it up now to Jordan Hines. Does he do that? No, he still hangs in there on the high line. Incredible driving from Bryce Whitson at this point.
Yeah, I'm watching the battles here at the back of the field. Two wide racing going into turn one. Aaron Easler making his way back to the front of the field. Following in the tracks there, Ty Hester and Aaron Kleinweiss.
And I'm still watching this battle between second and third place, between Jordan Harnish and Bryce Whitson. They are driving side by side. They've been doing that for about 3 laps now. And finally, Bryce Whitson decides to slot in behind Jordan Harnish and gives up the second place. And Jordan now just settling into that second place. And behind them, we have the Menards truck number 2 of Jim Foos in 4th place. A great drive from Jim here tonight. Nick Cohen also hanging in there in the 5th place. So these guys have been up or near the top of the field for quite some time. Like you say, this is the very team that is rising to the top right now. Cody Gibson in 6th place, a little way back from the top 5, but he's in there. And Skip Witt, who led a couple of laps, in 7th place. So let's hope the race can settle down into some sort of rhythm, as we see Cody Gibson losing a place to Skip Witt. So Skip Witt's still on the charts there, Sean.
Yes, he is, and I'm still back here watching Aaron Easler, who just got around Ty Hester in 11th place, setting up David Gibson now, going into turn 1, trying to snug in behind him and maybe get under out of turn 2. Nope, can't pull it off. He's going to settle in behind and follow him down the backstretch.
Well, let's stay with Aaron Easler just for the moment. He goes to the inside of the truck in front of him, Ken Hinshaw. He is fast. He loves this track by his own admission. So he should be able to get past these guys. He's got the inside line. A very, very nice onboard shot of him going around this track. Great shots there from the director. He does manage to get around Ty Hester, that was.
Oh, that was close.
Picks up another spot. And do we have him now on track to attack Sean Music in front of him? So a great drive right there from our good friend Aaron Easler, Sean.
Just had a truck get loose here in the back of the field. The number, looks like the number 45 is loose, coming off the turn into the inside wall. Don't see a caution flag. It looks like we're going to be okay here, guys.
Yeah, I think the flag marshals are tired of flying this caution flag, so they've just put it under the bench there, and for the moment. So that's a good to see. No caution. Let's get back to driving with Aaron Easler. Aaron Easler is now up to 8th place, and he has in his sights Cody Gibson in 7th and Skip Witt in 6th place. So we'll just advance with him a little bit and see how he's going, but a good drive from him. Let us hope that he can get up and start to mix it with the guys in front. He's got a bit of work to do though, Sean.
Yeah, a couple laps ago I was watching Gary Whitson, and he had a scary one there going across the line and almost put it in the inside wall. Managed to save the truck, stay on the track, and he's in 11th place, not gaining any ground, but the truck is not partially undamaged. It's still running well.
Well, let's go back up the front now, guys, and we want to make a note of this, that Tim Johnston, who started off this race in the first position, is back in the lead of this race. Jordan Harnish, our championship leader, is in second place, and just behind them, Bryce Whitson. That's kind of been the way it's been for a lot of the race. Jim Foos starting to make up some ground on these guys. He's up to fourth place now. We did mention that he had a great drive. This is your... Oh, we have a spinner. Ooh, that was the Bryce Whitson truck, and the number 00 manages to hold it. Are we still on green, or did the caution flag come out? It's green, so these guys are certainly not flying cautions for no reason at all. But Bryce Whitson, a scary moment there for him, Sean. He lost quite a few positions, a couple of positions at least, down to 9th place now.
Well, I saw that grass being a little overgrown there at the beginning of the race, and I think Bryce did everybody a favor and trimmed it up a little bit, and he's back under power. Nice save.
Yeah, it's amazing how some of these guys manage to save. Sometimes it's just luck, you know, that your car doesn't hit anything, and you manage to just get it turned around and keep going. I've seen guys do a 360 and keep going as if nothing had happened. But he's going. Good luck to him. And he lives to battle for another position. He's now in 9th place. Just in front of him, we want to go back
Cody
to...
Carlson and Aaron Easler are in each other. And it looks like Cody got the worst of that as he's off the track and trying to make his way back on. But that was a hard hit, guys.
And we've got it on replay. That was a hard hit. Aaron Easler and the other truck getting into each other there. Pretty bad news for Aaron Easler. I was about... the caution is out, by the way. I was about to call Aaron Easler as having a great run at the moment, and just then, Sean, he gets involved in an incident.
Yeah, well, they were having a spirited battle there. I was watching them for about 3 laps, and they had a nice little battle going on. And I think he just got loose coming off, and you know, was trying to get him on the outside there, and probably got to the accelerator a little bit too quick, and spun those tires and hit that wall and bounced off.
Yeah, he's got damage on both sides of the rear of his truck, and possibly in the front as well. So he's showing as being in 7th position, but I suspect that as soon as the pit lane opens, he might come into the pits and get some of that damage repaired. Actually, I see a bunch of the guys coming in, all the top 7 or 8 trucks coming into the pits there. So this is an opportunity to take new tires once again, as we spoke about at the last portion.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and all of the leaders are in. Everybody's in, coming in. Let's, you know, we've got 30 laps left. Let's get tires here. Let's fill up and try and get the green flag run to the checkers. But I think this is pretty smart strategy at this point.
Yeah, no question of that. I'm just watching there. The leader, Tim Johnston, or was the leader, he took 4. Aaron Easler's taking 4, not getting any damage repaired on that truck as he's beaten out of pit lane, but he left by the 83 car, but the 83 will have to give it up because, in fact, Aaron Easler did come out in front of him. But Aaron has a pretty damaged truck there, and he's going to have to really try and keep that truck on track. Now, according to my timing and scoring from iRacing, it seems as if Bryce Whitson is in the lead of this race right now.
Well, I am right. See, I thought Jordan Harnish beat him off the pit lane. Maybe he didn't. Jordan Harnish, Bryce stayed out. Okay, well, Jordan had one heck of a pit stop and beat everybody off pit lane to get where he's at in second right now. So great pit stop by that 51 team.
Well, actually, Jordan is on track. He's sitting in third position at this point. In front of him is Steve Bohala. So Steve Bohala and Bryce Whitson did not come in to the pits on that caution. Now we do see Jordan Heinisch taking up second place there. So and in fact, Steve Bohala falling back, so he's going to fall to the rear. And Bryce Whitson, however, will maintain the first place position. Good racing from Brad Kenny. Hang on for what is still about 28 laps to go, Sean.
Yeah, the laps are ticking down. It's we're about to see some pretty dicey racing. I have a feeling here at the front. We know we've got about 6 or 7 really fast trucks. Skip Witt's still in it. Aaron Easer's worked his way back up. Jim Foose has been solid. Love the line that Jim Foose has been running today. I was watching him earlier, and he's got a really smooth line around this track. Maybe not the fastest truck, but probably one of the more consistent ones out here today. And, these, like I said, these top 6 or 7 are really going to be jockeying for position here pretty quick.
Well, I will tell you from the other broadcast that we have done, Sean, when push comes to shove, these guys don't mind going at each other very, very hard up the front. So normally we would see Derek Cash out there battling with these guys, and we're not seeing that today. Tim Johnston, all the rest of them are pretty much guys that we've seen in the front. The pace car ducks off once again. Bryce Whitson in charge of this race. He goes now across the start-finish line. In second place, Jordan Heinisch falling immediately in behind him. Jordan attacking the inside line, but Bryce basically holding on. And Bryce goes loose, and Bryce will lose that position. Is he in the wall? Where is Bryce Whitson? I can't even see him at this point in time, Sean.
Yeah, he's he slid all the way to the back of the field practically, just at the front of it. He managed to save that truck, but I think he maybe got a little bit of damage on that left front fender.
Yeah, he did hit the wall. The replay shows clearly that he hit the wall. Going from first place to nearly last place. That is what this track can do to you, unfortunately. And he'll be kicking himself. The truck just got loose. He tried to save it, and he just lost multiple positions in that. But now, where is... he's fallen way back. I am sorry, we're getting some information from the director.
Yeah,
and
we have
a new leader, and it is Johnston. Jordan Heinisch still hanging in there in second place. The 21 truck of Nick Cohen coming up on his inside, though. A battle developing for the second position here now, Sean. And it looks to me as if Nick Cohen's going to get away with it this time and pick up the second position. Jordan Heinisch, Sean, is a very wise and very calculating driver. We've seen this week in and week out. If a position doesn't look safe, he will give it up because he will live to race another few laps. And that is exactly how he's in the lead of this championship.
Yeah, his truck is looking solid today. He almost had a little trouble there. He got a little tap in the rear, but was able to keep the truck under him. I think it was the 83 of Ken Henshaw, but it was really close.
Oh, guys, I was gonna call that. It was in fact Skip Witt up near the front. He had a big bobble there. Jim Foose came up in behind him and took the position, but that was really dicey. Our director, who you guys can't hear in the background, saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a wreck, and thankfully it didn't happen, Sean.
Yeah, thankfully it did, but man, that was you had 4 trucks right there that almost just almost had the race ended. Oh, and now we have a yellow with 20 laps left to go.
Yes, and I'm a little mystified as to why that caution has come out. We do see a truck down on the apron, but I'm not seeing anybody particularly off track or in a wall. So a bit of a strange one, Sean.
A bit of a strange one. I'm watching replay right now, scanning the field, trying to see what might have happened. I just don't see anything yet. Phantom caution, but 20 laps to go. What's this? What is this nonsense?
Well, we're going through the field trying to see what might have happened there. There's some speculation that it might have been Sean Music, but he's 8 laps down right now, so I'm not quite sure if that was him. But obviously the marshals are, it might have been Gary Whitson, who has some damage on the rear and just coming into the pits there. So he might have been the one that caused that caution, might have hit the wall that we didn't see, and come into pits now, grab some tires, and is about to go back out again. But it might have been him. Whatever the situation, we are under caution once again, and we are on now Sean on lap 82, so not many laps at all to go.
Yeah, no, I mean, when this next green flag drops, it's going to be time to boogie. I mean, if you're up there in that top 5 or 6, you better get on the throttle and try and make up some position quick, because we know Tim Johnston's going to jump out here and be fast. Jordan Harnish is sitting right there, and you know, Jim Foose, Mr. Smooth, the organizer of this league, he's going to be a threat here at the end. I have a feeling. I just like the line the guy's driving, and if these 3 in front of him get into trouble, he's going to be right there to pounce on him. He's in a perfect spot.
Yeah, I was watching Jim go around before the last caution, and you're quite right. On this track, he's got a pretty smooth line around here. He's perhaps not as fast as the other guys, but it's not about being fast around here. It is definitely about being smooth. And we've seen that Tim Johnston has had speed. Nick Cohen and Jordan Harnish have been pretty smooth as well. But we've seen these guys bobble, whereas we have not seen that very often from Jim Foose. He's steadfastly made up ground on all of the leaders, and now sitting in 4th place. So a great run from Jim Foose. Kent Hinshaw, who's been in the wars and out of the wars, is in 5th place. So a great drive from him as well. And a couple of the other guys, Ty Hester, the Whitson cousins, they've fallen back due to getting involved in incidents or having incidents with other trucks that they perhaps could not help. But they're sitting back now in 11th and 12th place. So getting down to the wire now. When we get a restart, which we should get pretty soon, the lights are out on the pace car. Tim Johnston still in charge of this field. Nick Cohen on his outside, Jordan Harnish on the inside in the 2nd row, and Jim Foose on the outside in the 3rd row. The pace car will go into the pits as they come around turn 4 next time by, and we'll see a start to this race. 15 laps to go when the green flag falls. Sean, it's going to be torrid. Let's see what happens. Pace car now coming around turn number 4 will go into the pits momentarily, does so as we speak. Tim Johnston controls the field, decides to hold back a bit, and then takes the green flag. On his outside, Nick Cohen trying to go with him. Jordan Harnish falling into that 2nd place. Jim Foose very smooth on the 4th place. And we have a big wreck at the back of the field. Sean, what's happening there? My goodness.
Several cars. Dan Winter was in that. I'm trying to see where it all started right now, but it looks like there are about 4 or 5 cars. Guys making evasive moves there. Skip Witt trying to get out of the way. I don't think he got any damage, but yeah, pretty significant wreck back here at the back of the field.
Oh dear.
The number 45, Alex Bates, was involved.
Yeah, multiple trucks involved in that one there, and we saw that on replay. But, you know, now let's just have a look at strategy for a second, because I've been sitting here thinking about what is going to happen next. And we're on lap 88 now. There's going to be 12, maybe 10 laps to go. You want to be in the lead of this race right now. You do not want to be even in second or fourth place, because Sean, you could see a call, and this has happened in the other races as well, where close to the end of the race, saw one, even two cautions come out before the end of the race. So it is critical, absolutely critical, to be leading, because a caution could come out at any second. And if you're not leading the race, you may well go to the end of the race under caution. So I am looking at Jordan Harnish right now. Jordan Harnish sitting behind Tim Johnston, thinking, well, Tim is in the box seat, Sean, because he controls when the restart actually gets going. You want to be in Tim Johnston's position as we speak. I do not like Jordan Harnish's position at all. On the outside with 10 laps to go, even in second place. Jim Foos, similarly. Nick Cohen, on the other hand, in the third place position, has got a great position. He should try and capitalize on that, go as hard as he can to get in behind and possibly pass Tim Johnson, because I just have a feeling, Sean, that we will see another caution before the end of this race, and it might well end under caution. The last three races did so.
Well, let's hope it doesn't tonight. I think we've got a chance here for a nice 9 to 8 lap sprint. Jim Foos, I think, is sitting in a great spot here behind Tim Johnson, because as you were saying, Tim gets to set the field here and determine when these guys go. If I was Jim, I'm tucking in behind that bumper, and I am just waiting for him to jump, and I'm right out under him, get that speed into the first turn on that low line, and and set the field basically.
Yeah. Now, another truck I'm going to be looking at on this restart is the 68 truck of Ty Hester. Now, you will remember it wasn't that long ago where he was way back. He's got some damage. He's worked his way back up the field into 6th place. He has a shot, Sean, not much of a shot at this point, because the guys in front of him are not going to give up very easily, and certainly their trucks are in better shape than his is at the moment. But he certainly has got a shot, as does Kent Hinshaw. But for my money, it's the 4 trucks from 1st to 4th place that are going to battle out for the win of this race, unless, and that's the big question, one of them has a big bobble or worse still, a touch with the wall. But we will be getting a restart momentarily. The lights are out once again on the pace car. Tim Johnston starting to gear himself up. I'm wondering what's going through his mind right now. Jordan Harnish on his outside. The pace car goes off. Tim Johnston goes a little earlier this time before the line. The green flag flies. They're off and running. Jordan Harnish goes with him. Still on the outside, trying to take that position from the outside line. And Nick Cohen slotting in behind Jordan Harnish. Great drive from Jordan Harnish under pressure to get into the second place there in front of Nick Cohen. Behind him, Jim Foos, nice and smooth in the 4th place position. We are on lap 93. Only a few laps left in this race. Let's cut to you quickly, Sean. What are you seeing back there?
Well, I'm watching a battle here between Skip Witt and Bryce Whitson Jr. and Skip's underneath him, trying to catch him off guard here on the inside line, and it looks like he's going to pull off the pass to move into 8th place. Gary B. Whitson in his sights.
Very good drive from Squid, but he has shown he's fast at this track. And we have contact somewhere in the field. Ooh, towards the back of the field. Gibson, I'm hearing, is involved in that. The caution flag will come out. Wow, this is on lap number 94. Caution flag out. 4 laps of pacing. There'll only be about 1 or 2 laps left in this race when they go back to green, Sean. This is exactly what I thought would happen. And Tim Johnson knows it. Jordan Harnish knows it. That's why they were fighting that hard to stay where they are.
Yeah, rather unfortunate here at the back of the field. The 33 involved in that, and the 17. It's the 77. Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. I was hoping we'd get run right down there to the checkers, but these guys here a little bit further towards the back just couldn't avoid the trouble.
And you know, one of those involved, the 33 car, is in fact Aaron Isler, who made a note at the beginning of this race that this was his favorite track. Unfortunately, things have not gone the way he would have liked, no doubt about that. And he's had a pretty wretched race, I would say, involved in 2 or 3 incidents. So not the best one for him, but them's the breaks, as they say. The action is up front with Jordan Harnish, Tim Johnston. I note that Jordan has got a dent in the rear fender of his truck. So that no doubt came from Nick Cohen on the previous restart. Nick Cohen in that 3rd position, sitting handy. You must, pardon me, Nick Cohen is in 5th place in the championship, so he's got everything to fight for. He's 59 points back. A 3rd place finish here will certainly help his chances, because Alex Bates in front of him is back in 13th place right now, and the Whitson cousins are who are 2nd and 3rd in the championship. They are behind him as well in 7th and 9th place. So Nick Cohen has got a great opportunity here to move forward in this championship. Tim Johnston leading this race. He's in 7th position in the championship. This is going to do him very, very well. But Jordan Harnish, who leads the championship, Sean, if he even maintains that 2nd position, he's going to hang on to the lead of this championship without a doubt, and a good position for him to be in. However, the race is not finished. 97. What are the chances of finishing this race on the green, Sean?
Well, I'm beginning to wonder if we're going to get back to green. I mean, I think we are, but the lights are still on, and I'm showing we're circling lap 98. So are we looking at a green-white checker here?
Yes, that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the... Yep, the lights are definitely still on. On the pace car, I will bet any money that Jordan Harnish does not want this race to go another lap. So by the time we get the 1 to green flag, we will be on lap 99. Oh, we might get 1 lap, Sean, if the lights go out on the pace car on this lap. Let's watch as we cross the start-finish line right now. The lights stay on. No, the lights go out.
No, lights are off. Lights are off.
The lights are off. So we are going to have 1 single solitary lap to finish this race. And it will be lap number 100, the final lap of the race. This is going to be enormous, Sean, because you will not get another caution now.
Yeah, and I don't really care what happens at the back of the field at this point. I'm going to stay up here with you, Richard, because this is going to be one whale of a finish.
Okay, so I tell you what, we want to be watching Tim Johnston. Yeah, he's going to lead this race. He's going to lead the restart. But the number 21 truck of
here we go,
Nick
Richard.
Cohen.
We're off. And
Here we
Green
go,
flag
and
is dropped.
the race has started. 1 lap to go, folks. Tim Johnston leads them away, shoots off the distance. Jordan Harnish going with him on the outside. Behind them, Nick Cohen. Jim Foos loses out, and we have a spill. The 2 trucks of Nick Cohen and Jordan Harnish got involved in an accident, and now we have another one. The number 2 truck and the all of them involved. It's getting too much. There are accidents from 2nd to 6th place, so we'll have to see what happened there. But they crossed the line. The race is done. We will have to get a replay to see what happened there.
Looks like Tim Johnston's going to be your winner in a wild finish. He avoided all the carnage.
Unbelievable finish, and this is what we would have expected. Everyone knew that even if another caution came out, it would not affect the race at all. Tim Johnston got a magnificent start. I want to go back to lap number 99, so I'll just have a look at this. No, I will do that from my own screen right here. So the start of the race is about to happen. Tim Johnston leading the trucks away. We have an incident between the 2nd and 3rd truck which at that stage was Nick Cohen and Jordan Harnish. And then we had Jim Foose and the truck that was going with him as well involved Ty Hester, I believe that was. So it all got a little wild at the end there, Sean. But it looks like Tim Johnson, the only thing we can say for sure is that Tim Johnson won this race.
Yeah, and let the field set as they decided they wanted to finish, because that was just a mess. I mean, there were cars, trucks flying all over the place. I'm looking at the results now, and I'm not quite sure these are right, but I guess they are.
Well, I tell you what, director is showing the replay, and it is you know, all hell broke loose at the end there. These guys, but why wouldn't you? It's the last lap. There's one lap to go. Everyone wanted the best position they could get, but unfortunately, some of them lost positions. And if what actually transpired, which we will not give it away right now, we'll do that after we come back from a break, which we are going to take now. We need it. This has been a frantic finish to a race, so don't go away. We'll come back with the actual standings as taken by iRacing. Back in a moment, folks. Welcome back, folks, to round 7 of the American Sim Racing Camping World Truck Series from Richmond, Virginia. Well, we saw a wild finish to this race, and for the 4th time in a row, I believe, we finished a race in this series under caution. Not the best finish, but a lot of fun to call and a lot of fun to watch, actually. So, Sean, let's go through the actual race finish, and let us hope that iRacing have it correct. Mind you, just before you go, I think if the organizers of this series hand out penalties, they'll be handing out quite a few after this race.
Yeah, they just might be. But yeah, let's get to the finish here and read them out for everyone, so we can try and sort this out, because it was quite a bit of a mess there at the end. In first place, the number 38 of Tim Johnston comes across the stripe unscathed, and our winner taking home the checkered flag. In second, the number 13 of Gary B. Whitson. In third, the number 83 of Kent Hinshaw. In fourth, the number 90 of Skip Witt. Hard race for him. Good finish. In fifth, the number 81, Dan Winter. In sixth, the number 3 of David W. Gibson. In seventh, the number 45, Alex Bates. In eighth, the 07 of Cody Gibson. In ninth, the 21 of Nick Cohan. In 10th, Jim Foose. Tough finish for him, as he was right up there in fourth. Got into third and then got caught up in that late mess. Richard, take the rest of us.
Yes, I will just quickly say that both Nick Cohen and Jim Foose were right up there, and they were the two that got into each other on that last lap. However, them's the breaks, as I've said a few times in this broadcast. In 11th place, Ty Hester. In 12th place, Jordan Harnish. Now, Jordan lost big time. He was in second place on the start of that last lap. He ended up in 12th place. 13th place, Josh Perry. 14th place, Jason Kristen. 15th place, Bryce Whitson. Another loser tonight, the last truck on the lead lap. In 16th place, Aaron Kleinhans. In 17th place, Aaron Isler. 18th place, Carson Obey. In 19th place, Sean Music. And in 20th place, 33 laps down, Steve Buhala. I guess the others did not finish, but we will call their names anyway, Sean.
Yeah, Alex Geese in 21st. Michael Koenig, another hard luck race for him in 22nd. Dave Biro in 23rd. Derek Cash in 24th. Hard luck for him, as he only completed about 9 laps. 25th place, Alan Young. 26th, Eric Bannenberg in 26th place. And finishing out the field in 27th, David Schneer.
Okie dokie. Well, we do have a few guys in here ready to talk to us. And right now we've got Tim Johnston, the winner of this race. And Sean, would you like to talk to Tim?
I sure would. Tim, how does it feel to win your first iRacing race?
It was really good.
Man, that quite an effort out there. What did you see going on behind you there on that last lap?
Not really much because I was looking out the windshield, wouldn't look out the mirror.
So you didn't feel any threat from behind. Well, that's a good strategy to look at that front windshield. It was a mess back there, man. But hey, you got a nice start on that last green flag, and you came across the winner. How was your setup for most of the race? It didn't even matter with all the caution flags.
It was pretty good, just a little loose, but the longer you ran, the looser it got. But it was fun because I like driving loose cars.
Well, traditionally they say loose is fast, and today you were definitely fast enough to get by and get a nice solid win here. And is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dizzy Motorsports for really helping me get involved in iRacing for my first season and all the track time and everything. And I'd thank McGee for being a sponsor. And also 4Y Designs. If you ever need a paint job, hit us up. We'll get you what you need.
All right, Tim. Well, hey, thanks a lot. Really enjoyed watching you run today. Congratulations on the big win, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Keep up the great work on the broadcast.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay, well, we're going to talk to Nick Cohen now. Now, Nick Cohen in 5th place in the championship. Nick, you were looking pretty good down towards probably lap number 90 odd of this particular race, and then it all went crazy in the last few laps. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it sure went pretty crazy there. You know, I mean, 100 laps and up front for 99 until somebody can't hold on for one more lap. You know, it's a common theme, but you know, it was a fun race. Being up front there, it was really good to see Tim win for Dizzy Motorsports.
Yeah, yourself and I believe it was Jim Foos was sitting in 3rd and 4th on that last lap, and you guys got into each other. How did you see that particular incident?
It was actually me and the 51 of Jordan Harnish, and we just, you know, drive hard into 1 and 2, and I was on the inside trying to hold my ground, so, you know, either me or Tim win the race, and he just lost it off turn 2. You know, I don't know what to say, but nothing you can do about it when you're all torn up, you know?
Yeah, that's it was, dare I say, though, a pretty incident-packed race. We didn't go 10 laps without a caution flag, so I'm sure you guys will be glad to get this one behind you.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to next week. I don't even know where we're at, but you know, it was a fun race. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of good driving up front, you know, but we'll definitely head into next week.
Yeah, well, in actual fact, there is no race next week. It'll be in 2 weeks' time at Kentucky, which is back to sort of the 1.5 miles, so double the size of this track, and we should see some better racing there. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, Nick, you're still in there. You're in the championship. You got away with a 9th place today, which is not probably what you were hoping for, having been in 2nd and 3rd place through parts of the race. But congratulations on that. You have been in 5 of the 6 races so far. This is your 6th out of 7, so you are still heading pretty well in the championship. And by the time the chase comes along, you should be there, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in the chase, and you know, it's going to be a fun season, and Kentucky should be a good race. There's multiple grooves there, so you know, a lot more room for forgiveness and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that, and the rest of the season should be pretty fun and interesting.
Well, Nick, thanks for talking to us, my friend. We appreciate you guys coming on and giving us your thoughts of the race. So thanks once again, and we'll see you out at Kentucky in 2 weeks' time.
Alrighty, thanks again, guys.
Now we have Gary Whitson in the booth with us. Sean, before you say anything to Gary Whitson, I just want to ask him one question. Gary, you're sitting about 8th place in the last lap, and all of a sudden everybody clears out in front of you and you get 2nd. How good is that?
That's pretty excellent. It's kind of 2 weeks in a row. Had the same situation happen last weekend at Milwaukee. Started at the back, lots of cautions at the end. Everybody kind of wrecks out, and I end up in a good spot. So hopefully I can keep this streak running.
Yeah. All right, Sean, over to you, buddy.
Well, Gary, I guess the first thing I want to ask you is, with all this luck that you've had, can I get the phone number of your spiritual advisor, please? But no, seriously, Gary, really, hey, man, you got to feel really good about where you finished because, well, I mean, the Red Sea just kind of parted for you there, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely did. I was figuring I'd probably finish top 5 and then got a little help from Hester there going into 3 and ate a little bit of concrete up in 3 and 4 and kind of battled my way back. And those guys gave me a lot of help there that last lap.
Yeah, really, really nice to see you up there. I know it was a hard race. I mean, there was a lot of trouble to avoid out there today. Lots of cautions, lots of in and out of the pits for several of you. So I know it was a challenge. But who would you like to thank today for your effort?
We got to thank Target. They're the ones paying all the bills. Bryce for keeping all my equipment running, and Jim for running the series for us. It's nice to have a good place to race. It's nice to have you guys here broadcasting it for us. So just thanks to everybody.
Yeah, we're happy to be here, and we're happy to have a guy like Jim Foose wanting us to broadcast his races. Jim's done a great job with this league, organizer and president of the league. Really, really good guy, and had a really nice run going, and a little tough luck for him. But Gary, congratulations on finishing there in second place. I know every little bit helps in this long season with your league.
Hey, thanks, guys. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, so that just about wraps things up for us, Sean. Just a final thought from you on this race?
Well, I think we saw pretty much what we expected. I think we expected there would be some caution flags. There were probably a few more than we wanted. But you know what? We got an exciting finish at the end. The carnage isn't always exciting, but there was all those guys in the top 5 or 6 were in the hunt. I think we got what we wanted, and that was a nice finish, and certainly something to remember the race by. And really, really good job by everybody, and especially the league for getting this race up and running and getting this league together. It was a fun time. Thanks, Richard.
Well, I can tell you that the championship, I'll be very interested to see the championship standings after this race. Tim Johnson's certainly going to move up a few places. And Gary Whitson, I'm not quite sure how they deal with penalties and with bonus points, but we may well see a new leader in this championship in Gary Whitson when the new results come out. But that's for us to talk about on another day. Right now we are going to close down the broadcast. Thank you folks for watching. We have to hand out some thanks to a bunch of people. First of all, we want to thank Jim Foose, as you have done quite a number of times. Jim, great league. As president and as the organizer of this league, it must make your heart pretty warm to see the turnout week after week, and also the fantastic zeal that these drivers bring to these races. Mark Myers, one of your helpers and assistants, thank you, Mark. You guys do a great job with this league. We also want to thank the makers of our various software and hardware that we use week in, week out to make the streams possible. iRacing.com, XSplit Audio Technica, Ava Media, and Behringer. Thank you to the team today. Kevin, great job once again. And of course, Sean, thanks for coming in and giving us some of your wisdom as well. If you would like to find out some more about us, GSRC, you will find us at our website, globalsimracingchannel.com, where if you go and have a look, you'll find all of our archived races and race highlights. We can also be tweeted on Twitter at GSR Channel, and you can have a good look at our Facebook page. There's lots of information there about the racing at facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. A big thanks to Doug Beard for creating the camera sets that we use for each and every stream. A special thank you also to Ekholm, who provides us with a lot of our music. If you like what you've heard here today, give him a tweet at Eric Ekholm. Now, the next race in this particular series is on June the 25th. There's no race next week. June 25 at Kentucky. We are looking forward to that. I do like Kentucky. This coming weekend, we have a bunch of races for everyone. We've got the Super Speedway Series, round number 12 at Talladega on Friday, June the 13th. On Saturday, June 14, we have the Continental Endurance Sports Car Series Road Cars racing at Kansas Road for their round number 5. On Sunday, June 15, we have the Virtual Sim Racing Association, their round number 5 at Road America with the GT cars. That should be very interesting. Other series coming up on June 21st, we have Enduro Pro Series round 11 also at Road America. And on Sunday, July 20, quite a little way away still, we do have the Northwest Majors Brickyard 400. So look forward to that. And until next time, race clean, race hard, and we will see you on track.